Straight Edge began in Washington, D.C. by Ian McKay from Minor Threat. He saw that all the punks back in those days would do drugs and get wasted at shows and stuff, and he didn't like how the youth was being wasted on all that. He thought it was crap, so he made a song called Straight Edge, explaining what straight edge is, pretty much. So you said you're from around Reno. What's the scene like out there?
The scene there, right now that's like the biggest straight edge scene. I grew up in that scene, and I love that scene. There's no other scene like it. I've seen all kinds of scenes. LA, moving here, Ventura. All the scenes are totally different, but growing up in that scene, there's not a lot of us. It's growing a lot. There's a lot more than there were, but when I first got into it, there weren't a lot of straight edge kids, and you were totally an outcast, and you were like public enemy number one. It's still like that, but not as bad. It's more accepted. But when we first got into it, you were rejected. I was in high school when I first turned straight edge. I was a good kid, I had good grades and all. And when I first turned straight edge, and I was wearing a straight edge shirt, my principal came up to me and said, "You need to go to the office and you need to change that shirt."
What does the commitment mean to you?
It means it's very deep. It's a lifelong commitment, basically. No drugs, no alcohol. And when I first got into it, everyone was like, "Oh, you're doing it because you're being rebellious." But I came from my dad was an alcoholic and all, and I was really into that to fit in high school. I was like, "Oh, where am I going with this?" So my friend was straight edge, and he introduced it to me into the scene, and I really got into it. So he really influenced me. And I figured it's a really more of a positive thing. You get more positives than negative. There is negative views of it, but I'm doing it for myself, and I feel I'm better without that stuff. So I feel it's the right path in my life, and it's still straight edge. I'm happy.
Remove the shit that was planted inside. Reboot, we will rebuild, redefine.
What about the militant side of straight edge?
On the militant side of straight edge, I've seen it, and when I first got into straight edge, I'll admit, you're like, "Oh, straight edge, gotta be tough guy mentality." That's where the militants comes into. It's unchecked. To me, it's unchecked male aggression. It's like, "Oh, gotta be all tough. Someone that's smoking, gotta beat him up. Gotta be all." Because when you first get in straight edge, you have all the pride, but you're like, you kind of get into it. You kind of you have that rebellious attitude when you first turn straight edge. I always see that in a lot of straight edge kids.
Over-exaggerate, the militant side? Do you think they kind of over-exaggerate on it?
Most of the militant kids are usually kids who just got introduced to straight edge, and they've just been straight for a week or two, and they just feel like, "Oh, it's something I gotta do, and now I gotta make other people straight edge." And so I really think they do over-exaggerate.
So do you think,
as a positive thing, all the guys from Minor Threat, they used to do fucking community service work whenever they wanted. They used to do it, just as a family. They used to do it as friends. They would help out other people. And it was just started just to be drug-free. That's it. That's all straight edge was. It was just be drug-free. And, some people are trying to make it a lot bigger than it really is. But you have Christians doing the same thing. You have African Americans doing the exact same thing. They're trying to be violent just to get their point across. So, and when they do that, they give others a bad name. Same thing with straight edge. You have people who just take it upon themselves to spread the point of straight edge through violence. It gets the point across, but not in a good way. Yeah. You have lots of media coverage telling people, "Oh, these straight edge kids are scary, they're all gang members," and then you have just us on the streets and everyone giving you dirty looks if you're wearing a straight edge shirt. In Reno, straight edge is considered a gang. That's a gang profile. I have 3 X's on my shirt. the most positive guy you'll probably meet. I've never fought anyone in my life. I walked into Starbucks, and the whole place, like, everyone turned their heads towards me. He gave me the dirtiest look, like, I hate you, I'm gonna hurt you, and I didn't know what. I was just like, what the hell is this? I just ordered my food and sat down, just minding my own business, just, this is good. And to be honest, it was the most awkward feeling in the world. Just
I gotta be like that. I'm doing it for myself. I totally realize it's overrated. To me, it's overrated. Just do it for yourself. And you don't have to tell everyone, oh, I'm straight edge. You really throw it out there. You're doing it for yourself. And if someone asks you, like, oh, you want to go party or something, be like, I don't drink. I always go like, I don't drink, or I don't do any of that. And then they're like, oh, you're straight edge? I'm like, yeah, I'm straight edge. I usually respect that.
So
communicative skills.
communicative?
Yeah, and like you're walking and shit, that just like stops
Your motor
because
skills?
because you just put so much poison in your body. That's what my uncle told me. But I would still drink. I mean, I wouldn't drink ever.
It's fine, dude. Everybody has their own opinion.
I would never ever put alcohol.
You're
in.
fucking lying. You got drunk at your mom's wedding.
At your mom's wedding, dude.
She let me drink, and then I got a hand job in the back. I mean.
Wait, should we go start over? Ask names. Should we ask your name? Dave. Pritchard. What is your name?
Dave Pritchard.
How old are you?
17.
And so, how long have you been straight edge for?
For about a year now.
What does the commitment mean to you?
Health and my peers, and not letting myself down or my family by doing drugs or drinking alcohol or having promiscuous sex with my ex-girlfriend.
Go into that.
Nowadays, instead of being on drugs and high and shit-faced all the time. Wait, can I cuss?
Alright, well, when did you first learn about straight edge? Alright, well, thank you very much, Marty. It was good talking to you.
Fuck you. Why don't you ask me about, you should ask me about like the hardcore scene versus straight edge.
Alright, fine.
After.
We'll do it again because
Hey Marty, can I see your lighter?
don't waste all the lighter fluid I needed.
Alright.
I'm Posy. I don't really agree with Milton. I think it's a little over exaggerated. I mean, why would you like hold on. Dude, okay. You're pissing me off.
I'm not gonna do anything, I'll sit here
You're
just
pissing me off.
talk.
Okay.
Just talk.
So Milton